I want to know why people who don't work from home are speaking on work from home topics. If you don't work in the field, stop speaking on something you ain't never experienced. Okay, like this is not for the weak. We go through a lot. We go through a lot of mental trauma, and if you cannot take mental trauma, stop speaking on stuff that you don't realize we actually go through. You know, there's people that don't work from home. They be like, "Oh, that's a cakewalk." No, it's not. No, it's not. How about you sit here and take calls for 8 hours straight and tolerate people belittling you, degrading you, cursing at you? And how about let's see how calm you can stay, and let's see how long you can last without getting fired, and let's see how long you can last without breaking down from getting micromanaged. Let's see if you can sit through being micromanaged and not talking back to your manager and just having to say, "I understand, I will acknowledge the terms," and you have to sit there and take all that. Like, can you really last? Like, I'm tired of the people that don't work from home trying to disrespect the people that do work from home, because what we do is not something to be disrespected. It actually takes a lot of skills to be in this field, okay? For one, you have to know how to multitask. Two, you have to know how to literally build rapport with somebody at the same time maintaining self-control. If somebody's cursing at you or screaming at you or belittling you or degrading you, you have to learn how to maintain self-control, because in that moment you cannot snap on that person. In fact, you have to say that you understand. You have to be able to say that you understand. On top of that, you have to follow a strict call flow, and also you have to manage to keep your call between a certain amount of time, whether it be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or 10 minutes. You have to keep that call within that time frame, and if it goes outside of that time frame, now you're getting pinged by over 10 different people who are telling you, "What are you doing? Do you need help? Do you need help?" And they think that there's something wrong with you because you haven't got that person off the phone in a short enough time span that would fall within your metrics. It's not for the weak, baby. Please stop speaking on what you don't know.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I was just watching this video about this person saying how a lot of people who do office work, they don't really work that much or do that much, yet they still perceive it as like hard work. And it's so true. And I used to think the same thing too until I started working more office jobs, like more corporate jobs like that. And I can say with 100% confidence, I don't know what it is, but I feel the most burnt out, the most stressed out, the most overworked and overwhelmed working an office job in comparison to when I was working with the general public. Now, I'm not saying that to say that like, oh, customer service is so easy and like I do that back in a heartbeat, because no. At one of my jobs, I literally had a water bottle thrown at my head from a upset customer. So, you know, I don't deal with those problems anymore. Like, I don't have to deal with cleaning up after people. I don't have to deal with like the nasty attitudes or, you know, answering some of the weirdest and stupidest and craziest questions that you could even think of. I don't have to deal with that, which I'm so happy for that. But the problems that come with like office work life are just so different. And see, office work is just soul crushing in a totally different way, because at least with the customer service jobs, you are helping a person in the moment. They have a problem, you have a solution. Boom. That's like real life happening. In office land, it's like everybody's playing play pretend, like very high stakes play pretend over stuff that in the grand scheme of things do not matter, or they don't feel like they matter a lot of times. Like, for example, when it comes to office work, I have had managers who we will spend over 1 hour in a meeting making sure that an email is worded properly and has the right tone and the right punctuation, and making sure we're conveying the right message correctly, and making sure there's over an hour of my time could constructing an email and being micromanaged about how to construct an email when I have 2 college degrees and I know how to write an email. Do you see the difference? It's like you're playing mental gymnastics 24/7. And sometimes that is so draining. Like in a retail or customer service job, in that same 1 hour, I would have like rang up 50 different customers, met new people from visiting from out of town. Like, I would have helped them pick out an outfit for their graduation and learned about this person. I might have had one angry customer, but then me and my coworkers went and laughed about it in the back, and like we just had a very fun time. But in that same hour where a lot of real life is happening in people jobs, even though it's hard work, it's real life happening. That same 1 hour chunk of time is spent playing pretend in office land. And don't get me wrong, I have really enjoyed the office experience that I've had both in corporate and nonprofit spaces, and I intend on keeping my career going in that direction. But I will say, I think the thing that makes office work 10 times harder mentally is because there's a lack of authenticity to it, right? Like when you're in customer service jobs, you see humanity, you see society like in its raw, purest form. Okay, I'm talking about from the customers acting the way that they act, from your coworkers, like you're having downtime, like you're learning like who's hooking up with who behind the scenes. You can talk to your manager about their kids and having real life experiences. Like, I know why one of my coworkers is about to get a divorce tomorrow, like all that stuff. And it can be overwhelming, overstimulating, because like, ooh, this is a lot of humanity, but it's still like real. And even when customers have problems in customer service jobs, like I can solve them pretty easily. Like, you know, hey, you are hungry, I'm giving you the meal. You need this item, I'm checking you out. You need help with, you know, figuring out what to pick, that's literally my job to help you figure out what you want. It's more real, it's more tangible, like it's authentic in both good and bad ways. But in office work, that lack of authenticity and like wearing a mask 24/7 or like playing mental gymnastics to figure out like, well, what's expected of me now? What do I do now? Like, that is the part that makes it a million times harder. Like, you don't really, I mean, yeah, you get to know some of your coworkers, you can develop relationships with them over time, and you get to know some of your clients over time, but it's still like everybody's just playing dress up. Nobody is doing, I don't know, like there are no like real problems, real solutions in the moment. Like, yes, these are very high stakes things, but again, like, why are we having 2-hour-long meetings about emails? Why are we sitting here posturing like 24/7? And that's what makes it so hard. It's like you're constantly playing mental gymnastics. There's always like a rule of politicking that sometimes some people aren't told about. It's just, it can get a little tricky and a little demoralizing. But yeah, I think that's why office work still feels hard even when you're not working that much.
And every time Sunday come, I just get depressed all over again because I got work the next day. Like, I just don't like this shit. I hate having a boss. I hate having motherfuckers tell me what to do when I can and can't go on my break, when I gotta wake up to come in for y'all ass. Something about this shit just don't sit right with me. Like, this shit's depressing than a bitch. Like, people just be happy just to get up and, oh, gotta work. Yeah, gotta work, but bitch, do you really want to get in that bitch and sit in there for 8 hours and have a motherfucker micromanage your ass all day? Do you really want to sit there and do all this labor and shit, and the only reward you get is some motherfucking pizza, bitch? Is that really what you want? Is that what you want out of your life, bitch? Nobody wants that. The fuck? Tired of y'all ass. Then on top of that, if I ain't got enough sick leave, I'm bound to lose my job if I don't show up, if something pop up in my life. Kiss my ass. Literally, kiss my ass. Kiss the blackest part of this bitch, too. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. God gonna make a way like he always do. I just talk to God and put in that work and just do the shit behind the scenes, and nobody can see. Nobody can see what I'm doing to get out this shit. Nobody can see this shit. I don't speak on that shit. I just do. I'm just tired of that shit, though. Just the process, it's just draining. Like, it's draining. This shit's draining. I'm mentally drained. I'm depressed as fucking work. You know, I laugh and shit. I laugh and all that with my coworkers to make the time go by fast and shit like that. But in reality, on the inside, bro, I'm unhappy at that motherfucker. Like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be here. I'm not looking forward to getting up and going in and working for their ass. I'm not. Simple, bro. Like, this shit's, ugh.
I really need to vent real quick, okay? Content creation is super fun. Do not get me wrong. It's super fun to just show up and post every single day. But it gets to a point where this content creation stuff feels like a job. The whole point of this was to be financially free. My whole point in starting this was to really help others and to really grow my brand and just grow as a creator. Now I'm just feeling exhausted, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I just feel exhausted. I just feel like social media is just taking a lot out of me. And the fact that January 19th, they're going to delete TikTok and do all these different things, even though people are coming up with different ways to keep TikTok afloat, it's still like, it gives me the feeling of like, why am I even doing this? Like, why do I care? If it's not going to be here, why do I care? It's really just a simple fact of showing up each and every day. Although I have different creative ideas, although I have different things that I can post or say or do, it's like mentally, it's like, I don't know. And another thing, when something that I'm doing starts to feel like a chore, when it starts to feel like a job, for the simple fact of me having to show up every day and clock in and tap in with you guys, it's not that I don't want to do it, but it's like, dang, I can't even take a break because TikTok will literally get on you about that. TikTok will literally stop pushing your videos out. And I hate that. It's like an app with no grace. There's no grace on this app. Like, you cannot miss any time. It's like, dang, I can't even put some time in. I can't use a vacation day. It's crazy. I know that I'm helping other people out. I know that people like when I post and everything, but mentally and spiritually, it's not doing it for me. That's when I have to really disconnect and tap in with God, because when I start feeling like that, I'm like, oh no. I feel like, yeah, TikTok, you're not going to become my God. I already have a God that I serve each and every day. So y'all, let me know how y'all feel in the comments below, and I will call y'all later.
I think I'm about to quit my job. I just hate it so much. It's not even a bad job. It's just like I hate it because it's customer service and people are assholes. And I've never had so much stress in my life over like a simple ass job. I sit at a desk all day, which I hate doing. I like to be up and moving, and I have to look at a computer screen and talk to people all day long, take calls, And I'm just tired of it. Like, I've only been here a year, and I'm wore out. I'm burned out. I had a vacation. I just came back, and I had so much peace. And immediately coming back, like, my anxiety was up, my stress was up, and I'm about to quit. If you're hiring and you're looking for somebody that's 20 years old, have 4 years of customer service experience, and you're paying more than $17 an hour, please hit me up, because I'm tired of being here.
I logged on to a virtual session yesterday, and my client immediately was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yes." And they went, "You just look so tired." "I'm so sorry. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but you look so tired." And when I tell you, I started cackling, witch cackle, because I am tired. I am real tired. And I know you are too. I know it's been a lot in the last week. And I know if you are a therapist, you have been holding it down, maybe even to the point where some of your clients can tell how tired you are. Thank you for doing the work. Both you as the client showing up, you as the person moving through your day, and you as the therapist holding the space for other people who are so tired right now.
I'm tired of my job gaslighting the fuck out of me. We got an email yesterday. Now, mind you, I work remote. I have for 3 years. We get an email sent out to us telling us some exciting news. Yeah, right. The email states, "We're returning office, RTO, baby." You know what this fucking email said? 4 days a week in office. 0 to 4. And they want to call it hybrid. You got me fucked up. There ain't nothing hybrid going from 0 to 4 days in office. I'm sorry, fam. That ain't hybrid. Like, for real, please stop gaslighting me. I'm not the one.
4 days in the office is actually not hybrid. It's 4 days in the office. Like, it's really not hybrid whatsoever. And I think that it is just smart to start off with 1 or 2 days in the office. If you go from 0 to 4, like just straight away, a lot of people will be extremely pissed off, right? So just ease into it. Slowly ease into it, and yeah, that's it.
So apparently the Social Security retirement age just went up. And it's crazy because like every time you turn around, it's like it's always something. The government is always trying to play in your face. Think about it. By the time you get to enjoy your retirement, you really can't enjoy your retirement. You'll either be too old to enjoy it or won't even make it probably to your age. And the crazy thing about it is like jobs are now trying to get rid of remote and telework and things like that. Let me tell y'all exactly why this is happening. First of all, they're raising the retirement age because they're apparently saying that the Social Security funds are claiming to run out. And I'm just trying to figure out, we all been paying like Social Security taxes and shit for years. So like, where is this money going? What's even crazy and disrespectful is that they're playing the long game because they know that people may really just die or quit working before they can even cash in. Now companies are trying to get people to come back in office. So they're trying to get rid of remote, again, telework. And this has nothing to do with collaboration or productivity. As a realtor, you know, a lot of wealthy people buy commercial buildings, office spaces, own restaurants and things like that. The reason why they want everybody back in office is because these buildings aren't making money. If Potbelly is next to a building and Starbucks is next to a building, they're not generating that flow to stay relevant, right? So a lot of these office buildings are just collecting dust. People pay on that. So they're trying to get people in there, which is why hints on hints is true. Trump is going to make the rich richer, and unfortunately the poor just stays poor. So in order for these people to stay rich, guess what the solution is? Okay, we're going to bring people back to office because now we can circulate. We can actually afford to keep these people in office. It feels like it's a solution rather than a problem. And then another thing, when you're at home, you're not micromanaged for real. So now you got to run into being micromanaged because once you go back in office, there's always somebody trying to tell you what to do or overlook your work and just pretty much just being an a-hole because their life is kind of messy. Anyway, the system is designed to keep us working forever. Period. Like, that's just what it is. You're just going to keep changing the rules to pretty much just make sure you stay in work mode. And honestly, with everything Trump's trying to do, he doesn't want nobody to be lazy. That's really what he's pushing people to kind of like survive, right? You got to figure it out. You're going to have to figure it out. And that's crazy because you're real life paying into a system that doesn't even care about your well-being, doesn't care, just want to burn you out. So clearly, all this is about is control, money, and power. It's that simple.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's continue the video.
I honestly think it would be cruel to raise a child in this state of the world today. I was watching this video where someone was talking about how we don't have specialists today. People who are actually like truly invested in their careers and take the time to learn every facet of the job they're working and, you know, are just like really passionate about their job. For instance, a few decades ago, you would see beautifully crafted houses on your street, and each house had so much character, so much thought went into architecting all of the houses in suburban America. Whereas today, houses in America are literally being made out of paper mache and being sold for $500,000, and they're constantly being built and built and built, and, you know, all of them look the same. They're all built from the same exact model. And for me personally, I have really struggled with the transition between academic life to the real job world, where it's a really difficult thing to reconcile the fact that when you enter the workforce, everything you have to do is every single action is basically how can we drive revenue? How can we increase profit? Everything that you've learned in academia has somehow been distilled into a profit-making mechanism. For instance, I studied math and computer science, and a big industry that people always said that I should pursue was quant. And quant is essentially the prime example of we are only in this industry to make money. Like, we will trade stocks at a very high frequency. We are trading, and, you know, within milliseconds, we're trading stocks. We've built a pipe in the Atlantic Ocean to get information as quickly as we can, just for the sole purpose of being the first person to grab a stock or first person to sell a stock. And it's insane. There's so many talented and creative people who are being, just funneled into industries to make people a profit, and it's just disheartening. And it's only increasing. Like this level of course there's always been, capitalism in America, but the greediness and the power imbalance is just causing, inflation, prices to go up, and people are just having to, go into things that they're not really passionate about, or things that they can really make a difference in. And, my parents came to America in the 2000s with the promise of, following the American dream, which is not only making money and having a sustainable living, but being able to do it in a way that you're pursuing something you're passionate about, and something you care about, and something you want to learn and get better at your craft in. That's really not the case anymore, in my perspective. And this made me super sad. I was recently talking to my niece, and she's in the 6th grade, and she was telling me like, oh, I'm super interested in math and science. I love science because I love learning about the history of things. I love like how we're able to like learn about fossils, and like how we can use math to date fossils back in time. And that's just such a cool synthesis of the two. And I was like, yes, like that's how we should be employing all the things we learn, combining disciplines and, making new discoveries and connections, not high frequency trading. It just depressed me because this world is just getting more money hungry, and there's no stopping that. And kids are coming into a world where it's gonna be a lot.
I always wonder why people first thought in the morning is I'm gonna get up, go to Home Depot, and get some home improvement stuff. Like you need a bucket of paint at 6 o'clock in the morning. You ain't got no kids to think about. You ain't got no pets to take care of, no wife.
People are always asking, what's your dream job? What's your dream job? But I genuinely do not have a dream job. I don't aspire to work anywhere. Not saying that I don't want to do anything. That's just me saying I don't aspire to work. When I was younger, I used to want to be a lawyer, but that faded real quick. I have not found anything that I was super passionate about, because clocking in for work, it literally makes me sad. I mean, I like getting on here and talking to y'all, but as far as like working somewhere, there's nowhere that I want to work. I've had multiple businesses as a teenager where I used to sell like lashes, and then I was selling clothes at one point, but those weren't things that I wanted to do forever. It wasn't like my end goal. I've never seen a person that actually loves going to work every day, loves their job, besides a man who is trying to escape their wife or something, or their home. Other than that, I never seen or talked to no one who's actually happy in their career.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I am getting so tired of working, like, real life. Like, why can't I just get paid for being me? I am a cool ass person. Why can't I just get paid for doing that? But instead, I have to clock in every day. Why? Can we go back to when women didn't have to work? Because we was stay-at-home moms. They thought we were incapable of working. So let's go back to that. I am incapable of working. I am. Give me 12 children and put them on both my tits. I'll take it.
People be like, oh, I work hard and I do this, that, and the third. I do everything myself because I don't want nobody to say they put me on. Put me the fuck on. Fuck is y'all talking about? Put me on. Y'all can keep that hard working shit. I'm done with it. Like, I'm fed the fuck up. Bitch, put me on like some clothes at this point. Oh, it's gonna take me a little longer to get here because I'm not doing this, that, and the third like y'all. Bitch, give me the cheat code. Fuck they talking about. Bitch, I'm tired of working. All your life y'all had to fight. Bitch, all my life I had to work, and I'm tired. Where's the fucking cheat codes? Is the Illuminati hiring? I'm playing y'all, but for real.
When I'm home, when I'm off work, when I'm free, I feel like I'm my best self. Like I'm up here, okay? And then like when I have to go to work and do like day-to-day shit, I'm like all the way down here. And then if the day gets crazy, then I'm down here. You get what I'm saying? But why? Why would I want to be down there? I could be up here, huh? Every day though? It's ghetto. Like, why is nothing free? Nothing's free? Every day? Every day. Okay. 5 out of 7?
Working a 9 to 5 is absolutely ridiculous. And I hate that this is the standard just in America and I believe just across the world. Well, maybe not across the world. Like maybe I'm a little too ignorant. I don't know. But in America, at least, because I'm American, I can only speak for us. It's just ridiculous, bro. It's exhausting. The fact that a lot of businesses are in that same time span. So it's like if I'm at work all fucking day and then I get off and I need to go get a dental cleaning, I won't be able to because I'm at work from 9 to 5. Like that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like that shit is crazy. Like I really have to take a day off or leave work early or go into work late because I got to get this one thing done because it's not happening on the weekend. Like the only things I can really do on the weekend is the regular shit. Like maybe I can go shopping or maybe I can go out to eat with the gang, you know. It's just, but during the week it's like all this real world adult shit like doctor's appointments and all that is like that happens during the work hours and it's fucking ridiculous, bro. It's actually fucking ridiculous. Another thing, quitting your job. Like if you want to interview to like get a new job and everything, it's the same exact thing, bro. It's like you have to, all this shit occurs during your work hours. So like once you get hired somewhere, if you don't like that job, it's like unless you just leave, it's gonna be very hard to find time for another interview because 9 out of 10 them shits are not happening on the weekend unless maybe it's for like some, I don't know, like maybe like some retailer like Walmart or like Target or some shit and they have like the time to do that, but usually that shit happens during the week. So I don't know, but just this 9 to 5 life is not fun. This shit is not fun. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that in other countries, they work a lot more for a lot less money. Their job is 100% manual labor, 100%. And they work like 10 to 12 hours per day, about 5 to 6 days per week. 10 to 12 hours per day, 5 to 6 days per week. About 50 to 72 hours per week of manual labor. So if you are over the whole 9 to 5 thing, you have no idea the amount of work that other people experience in other countries around the world. You have no idea. And as for the pay in those other countries, it is trash. The pay is literally zero. You do all that work for hours just in 1 week, and you get $1 a day, for example. $10, $15, $30 per day, $50 a day. A lot of other people around the world are struggling. If you hear their stories and what they have to experience, you will be shocked. You really will. It is not just about the American experience, it is also about the human experience and what we have to experience in this life just to make ends meet. Everybody else has the same problem, just like us. In the UK, in Australia, in Ethiopia, in Colombia, in Ukraine. I mean, we are all experiencing the same thing, guys. We're all working hard, and it's just not enough anymore. It's just not. So, it is the human experience. I would just say that.
Whenever you're about to go the extra mile for your 9 to 5 job, your corporate job, okay, I want you to think of this story. So this one time back in like 2019, I worked at this magazine, right? And they had hired this lady that was going to be like the DEI, like diversity and inclusion lady. And she was going to make all these positive changes. Yeah. You know how it goes, right? And she started off and she was like, you know what? I can't figure out why we keep losing money. Like, she was there for 6 months. She was like, I can't figure out why we keep losing money. Like, what is our big money drains, right? And she went on this whole entire mission, hired these outside consultants, did all this like extra work, right, to figure out why they were losing money. After like 3 more months of them like doing their research and sitting around talking to people, doing interviews with the staff, blah, 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 they come back. And do you want to know what the biggest money grab was? The big money drainer? It was her job, and she got fired. And after that, I said, I will do my job, and that's it. Baseline. Don't reach for the stars. Just reach for your coffee on your little desk, and have a great day.
Do people actually work 9 to 5? Like, I've been in the working world a really long time, and I have never had like an office job that started later than 8 a.m. I've had some that started at 7:30 to 5, but like 9 to 5, is that real? Like, is anybody out there actually working 9 to 5? If so, how?
People love to say that they don't want a 9 to 5 job because they don't want to work for anybody, and I get it. For me, it's not even about working for other people. It's the fact that I have to wake up every day and go to something, the same thing every day. I don't like that. The concept of having to wake up and then carry my bag and go to work, I just think it's sad. It's really, really sad, and I just can't. I need like a part-time job, you know, like forever. Like, is that too hard to ask for?
Something that actually makes me laugh out loud about being an adult, especially in the corporate workplace, is realizing that we are all doing performance art. We are putting on a show, we are doing live theater, pretending like any of us know what we're doing, and pretending like our jobs are important.
It's really important to take a step back sometimes and look at the positive side of things. This is my list of things that I actually really enjoy about working a 9 to 5.
Six to 2 p.m. is the best shift to work. Yeah, you have to wake up early, but once you get over that obstacle, it's fine. You leave your house, there's no traffic outside, there's no noise, you finish your shift and you have the whole entire day to yourself. I honestly think it's better than a 9 to 5.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.